morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at a bunch of new Pokemon cards from Pokemon Card 151. This set is revealing faster than any set that I can remember for years and years and years. Basically, a bunch of these cards have been just posted on little cardboard standees in Pokemon centers in Japan, and they're being officially revealed, but they're being officially revealed in a weird way, and this, incidentally, is why these cards are coming out so fast and furious and unusual, and it's just weird, alright? But look, we've got them, ladies and gentlemen. We might as well have a gander. Once again, I've done the translations myself. Once again, I've checked with the lovely Antoine Boulet. And I will admit, this one, Mewtwo's first attack. Mewtwo's first attack. Oh, that one got me, ladies and gentlemen. Boo! As a side note, I know I mentioned I've done the translations in every video. But the thing is, the first time I don't mention I've done the translations, I will get horrible messages from people accusing me of stealing the translations, because that happened the last time I forgot to mention I did the translations. There's always somebody out there waiting to try and trip me up. It's fun. You know what else is fun? The new Clefable. I want to start with Clefable. This new Clefable's fun. But actually, we need to start with Clefairy, because Clefairy's awesome. For 2 energy, 20 damage, nobody cares. But single energy, search your deck for up to 3 Clefairy, put them on your bench, shuffle your deck. Is it perfect? No. You're probably losing Clefairy. Like, if you leave Clefairy in the active, use this attack, you get KO'd, boo, hiss, etc. You're probably losing a prize. But if you really want to be streaming Clefable, this is the way to do it. What does Clefable do? Well, 100 HP, it's actually terrible, right? Because on the one hand, 100 HP is really low. On the other hand, Level Ball is in the format at the moment, which lets you search out 90 HP Pokemon. So, like, genuinely, I would rather have 90 HP Pokemon than 100, because then I can search them out with Level Ball, and that for me is worth giving up the 10 HP. So, that's rubbish. And the first attack is legit terrible. Single energy, switch your opponent's bench with their active. I'm not pausing for dramatic effect, that's it. You don't do damage to the incoming Pokemon. You don't stop the incoming Pokemon retreating. You don't do a special condition, and we've seen attacks like this for years. You just drag a bench Pokemon active on a stage 1. No. No. But the second attack, ladies and gentlemen, this one is interesting. 3 energy, 50 damage on a stage 1. Sounds terrible. It is. But if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, take 1 more prize card. And here's the thing, right? We've seen take extra prize cards before. It's always good. Now, it's not always usable. Sometimes it's too awkward and we never end up seeing it being used, and that's fine. But anytime there's extra prizes on offer, people will try and use it. And yeah, there are issues here. The energy's a bit of an issue. Oh, wait. Didn't we just say there's a new energy coming in Paldea Evolve, that reversal energy? That if you're behind on prizes and you attach to an evolved Pokemon that doesn't have a rule box, Clefairy, or Clefable at least, means you don't have to put more than 1 energy on. This is a single energy attack. Oh yeah, that works kind of nicely. The 50 damage is kind of low, and that's true. The 50 damage is kind of low. However, Defiance Band, if you're behind on prizes, means 80. So as soon as you're behind on prizes, Defiance Band plus Reversal Energy means single energy 80, take an extra prize. If you take a KO. Well, now we're getting an awful lot closer. And usual thing, of course, remember, Zoroark decks will be able to use this. And I'm not sure if Zoroark decks are going to be good moving forward, but you better believe Reversal Energy is going to make Zoroark decks better. And you had better believe that if they're playing Reversal Energy, they're putting at least 1 Clefable in. This is legit. I'm giving it 4 Wassies, and that could end up being too high, but it could also end up being too low. This could be legit. Now, we were all a bit worried when we saw Vileplume that there was going to be an ability. There is, we knew that. What does it do? No one cares about the free energy 90. Well, it's literally the same as Emboar. Like, genuinely, it's Emboar's attack. It is actually, like, not attack ability. It's full-on N-Ball's ability. The N-Ball from Cosmic Eclipse. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may look at the top 8 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. It is literally N-Ball's ability. And one of the first things you can say about this is, well, hang on a second. N-Ball didn't see any play. This is probably not going to see any play. Yeah. Fair. Absolutely fair. However, what some people have pointed out, and I do think this is fair, Jake Gearhart among them, although we can't read it because of the potato quality, we do know that Gloom's got an ability. And there is an excellent chance that Gloom's ability is basically the same, but you look at fewer cards. And actually, if that's the case, this might work. Because then you've got a stage 1 accelerating energy and the stage 2 as well. We don't know what the ability is. You can see from the image on the screen that it has an ability. No idea what it is. We'll have to wait and see. But watch this space. This could get interesting. For the time being, no, it's probably not good enough. But like I say, watch this space. Now, Mewtwo annoyed me because the first attack was hard to translate. Turns out it's just fine. 130 HP, free energy, 130, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. 3 energy on a fairly low HP base. I mean, for a basic, it's got decent HP, but it's still only 130. It's free energy. You got to discard 2 of them. It's just not enough, sorry. But the first attack, Reflecting Barrier. 2 colorless energy, 20 damage. If this Pokemon takes any damage from an attack during your opponent's next turn, put that many damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Basically, if you know that your opponent is going to be launching a big attack next turn, you know, they've got to attack with Miraidon, for instance, that's their only attacker, you know what? Throw this up, force them to take a huge amount of damage in return. Could be fun. I do suspect it's going to be too awkward in the end to really see a huge amount of play, but I just want to point out it's 2 colorless energy. It's a basic Pokemon. This could be a fun little tech, but don't get overly excited. It's not great. Now, Hitmonchan has a similar kind of you hit me, I hit you back kind of attack, but this time it's an ability. The ability Counter Attack. And what we've got here is, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and takes damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. If it's active and takes damage, and that is damage, not damage counters or anything like that. But if it's active and takes damage, you put 3 damage counters back. This is an ability we've seen over and over and over again through the years, and all I can tell you is, it's fine as a handy bonus, it's not a reason to play the card. But for 2 fighting energy, 60 damage, during your next turn, this Pokemon's elated punch does 60 extra damage. Now, what's really important here, it is only elated punch that does extra damage. Now, I know that most of the time, it's not going to be a huge issue. Because most of the time, well, it's Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan's got 1 attack. What do you want from me? But let's say you're using Ditto, for instance, from Pokemon Go, to copy Hitmonchan's attack. You're probably never going to, but just as a ruling query. Well, Ditto can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile. So, if Ditto copies Elated Punch, it does 60. If Ditto uses Elated Punch next turn, it does 120. The extra 60 comes in. If Ditto uses any other attack next turn, it doesn't get the extra 60 damage. That is very, very important. Good. Good. I will say, though, and I hate to say it, 2 energy 120 is really not that good. I'd much rather evolve up to a Donphan and do single energy 120, as an example. Although I think the Donphan we got at the moment only actually does 110. I think the 120s have all rotated out, which is a bit sad. But, yeah, I love me some fighting Pokemon, and I just don't think I can justify this right now. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Boo! Never mind. I've been forgetting to give scores, haven't I? Let's give it 3 Wassies. There is at least potential here. But I'm not terribly excited about this card, and I don't think that's a controversial statement. And that means we can finish off with Vaporeon. Yay! And what we got here is 30 damage for a single energy, heal 30. You're not doing enough damage and you don't have enough HP to be healing 30 and getting excited. If you were healing 120, then we can talk. If you were doing 120, then we can talk. Doing 30 and healing 30, you're basically doing very little damage and healing not enough to probably keep you alive, and that's your answer. But for 1 water, 2 colorless, 90 damage, if your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX or V, this attack does 90 more damage. Now, it is specifically EX or V. That is very, very, very important. You cannot do this with anything else. It's not rule box. It is specifically Pokemon EX or Pokemon V. That's very, very important. Good. Good. But with that borne in mind, I like this. Now, the energy is kind of a pain, but we all know Baxcalibur is going to be a thing. You can play it with Baxcalibur to accelerate the energy, that's fine. And to be fair, 2 of them are colorless anyway, which very much helps. But the fact of the matter is, this is a decent amount of damage on a single prize Pokemon. And that's your answer. No, it's not going to one-hit... Well, to be fair, with a choice bout, it will get a lot of Pokemon Vs. 220 is a magic number, 210 will get a bunch, but not all of them. But still, 210 will get a decent amount of them. So you're getting a decent amount of Pokemon V of a choice bout. Obviously, with weakness, you're owning here. 180 on a single prize Pokemon is pretty gosh darn good. And I'm not claiming this is some kind of, like, stunning card. I'm really not. What I am saying, however, is... if you're playing a deck which is accelerating water energy anyway, this is a decent single prize attacker. And give it a 3 Wassies. It's not great, but it's not terrible, ladies and gentlemen. It's not terrible. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's all you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me how excited you are. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things, and get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Evan Parker, who's been a supporter for a while and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.